14 tricks that will help you survive a life or death situation. We hope you will never run into a rabid dog or a venomous snake, get lost on the high seas, or wander through the hot desert. But if you ever find yourself in any of those situations, it is better to know what you should do. After all, you only have a less than 10% chance to survive. Of course, then give us a thumbs up and let's start. Number 14. If you are in the open sea. Imagine this. You are in a lifeboat in the open sea. The waves are raging all around you, and there is no rescue crew to be seen just yet. What should you do? 3 things will help you survive in this huge basin of salt water: food, water, and the right body temperature. 1. There is food in the ocean, but you will have to hunt after it. In 1942, an English sailor managed to survive at sea for 133 days because he built a fishing rod from flashlight wires. If you have any suitable materials, do the same. If you don't have anything at hand, make a net from a piece of clothing. Dip it in the water to catch plankton and algae. 2. To get water, make a distiller. It consists of 2 containers, large and small, and a piece of polyethylene. Water from the large container will evaporate, stay on the polyethylene, and accumulate in the small container. 3. You are more likely to die from a heat stroke than from hunger. Moreover, the sun reflects from the water and harms the retina of your eyes. Use some of your clothes to cover your head and eyes. Number 13. If you get lost in a desert. A desert is not nearly as romantic as it is shown in adventure movies when you get lost there. Try to move around at night. When it gets dark, the temperature can drop from 120 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. If you move around at night, you greatly reduce the risk of dehydration and heat stroke. These tactics will help you to save up to a gallon of water per day. Many people believe that cacti can be a source of water. In fact, there is a toxic alkaline liquid inside the cacti, and it could poison you. A good source of drinking water in the desert is underground springs. Number 12. If you are trapped under a building or in a cave. If you get trapped in debris, the air becomes your most valuable resource. That's why it is very important to know how not to waste it. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Do not light matches or a lighter. It will take away priceless oxygen. Do not shout. Screaming will make you panic even worse, quicken your breathing and heartbeat, and speed the airflow. You don't want to lose any extra oxygen, remember? Take off your shirt or t-shirt and tie it around your head. It will protect you from suffocation when dust and dirt get in your face. Number 11. If you run into a wolf or a stray dog. Wolves often attack those who trespass on their territory. If the wolf noticed you, slowly step back, maintaining eye contact. Do not turn your back on it and do not run. A lone wolf will not attack you from the front. If you start running away, you will only provoke him to chase you. To scare off a wild beast, make as much noise as possible and get aggressive. Shout, howl, talk loudly, and slowly step back. If you happen to run into a pack of wolves or stray dogs, do not let them surround you. Lean against a tree or try to climb it. Number 10. Make waterproof matches. Fire is essential to survive in any weather and any climate. Your matches or lighter can get wet, so it's a good idea to make them waterproof beforehand. To do this, simply cover the match with a thin layer of clear nail polish and dry it. Wax will also do it. Number 9. If you are bitten by a venomous snake. A bite of a venomous snake is easy to identify. The affected area of your body will start to hurt a lot immediately after the bite. The blood color can change to maroon or even blue. There will also be severe swelling and other symptoms: a headache, blurred vision, stuttering, nausea, fever. What you should do. Doctors do not recommend trying to suck out the poison since you might have little wounds in your mouth and the poison can get into your blood through them. However, if you are far away from the hospital, that's the only thing you can do. Suck out the poison 1 to 2 seconds after the bite, constantly spitting and rinsing your mouth. Do not make a tourniquet or press onto the bite. If the poison is concentrated in one place, it will cause tissue necrosis. Let the blood flow out. A good part of the poison will go with it. Number 8. How to tell if you were bitten by a rabid animal. If you were bitten, immediately wash the wound with warm water and soap. Even if the animal did not have rabies, bites could easily give you an infection. An animal who has rabies will leave a wound that will bleed for a long time. Then it will turn red and swell. Then you will feel a strong itch, get a fever, and feel very annoyed. Rabies runs for 4 to 7 days and leads to death. That's why it is so important to see a doctor and get the vaccine during the incubation period, which lasts 1 to 3 days. Number 7. How to properly signal SOS. SOS is more than a Rihanna song. If you are in trouble and with no communication tools, it will be very useful to know how to properly signal SOS, a distress signal, over a long distance. SOS signal looks and sounds like this: 3 short light flashes, or sounds, then 3 long ones, and 3 short ones again. Wait for 3 seconds after the signal, then repeat it. If you receive 3 light flashes or 3 whistles in response, it means the rescue team is on its way to you. Number 6. Learn how to stitch up all kinds of wounds. Stitching up wounds is a practical skill you should learn to become someone's savior one day. If you do it properly, it will help to stop the bleeding, close a large wound, prevent infection from spreading, and thus save someone's life. Therefore, it is one of the most useful skills in an emergency situation. Number 5. A rescue capsule that will save your life. The rescue capsule contains the most necessary items that will help you warm up, find yourself some food and water, and provide first aid. And it takes very little space. Take a small jar, for example an empty pill bottle, and fill it with the following items: some matches, an adhesive plaster, a piece of foil, a blade, a fishing hook, an antibiotic pill, a small candle, a string or a fishing line, a piece of adhesive tape, and an antiseptic napkin. This capsule could save your life one day. Number 4. Stay afloat with bound or damaged hands. Retired Navy SEAL Clint Emerson described a staying afloat technique in his book. Here is what you should do to not drown if you find yourself underwater or in the raging sea with bound or damaged hands. The most important thing is to control your breathing. Do not panic and try to breathe normally. Inhale deeply, exhale rapidly. If you are not very deep underwater, try diving and jumping, moving to the shore. If you are swimming on your stomach, bend your back so that you can lift your head above the water. If you are in a stormy sea, turn your body over to take a deep breath and continue swimming to the shore. Number 3. How to set a wet tree on fire. This technique of starting a fire is called a Swedish fire log. Set the log vertically. Make a star-shaped incision as deep as possible. Put some splinters and dry grass inside the log and set it on fire. If you set the log on fire in this way, it will start burning quickly and last from 2 to 5 hours, regardless of size, dryness, and wood type. By the way, you can find another technique of starting a fire when you are in trouble in another video we shared. Here's a link to it. Number 2. How to shoot properly. Bright Side is strongly against the use of weapons. However, in some life-threatening situations, you just have to protect yourself. That's why it is important to know how to properly aim and pull on the trigger if you got a weapon in your hands. When you are pulling the trigger, it must be exactly in the middle of the index finger pad. Before you shoot, breathe slowly and evenly. Number 1. Fish trap. At night, fish come close to the shore or in shallow water in search of food. If you are lost, it is useful to know how to build a fish trap to get yourself some food. The funnel trap is built from stones and poles. During the night, a lot of fish swim in the funnel, and it is difficult to get out of it. To remove the fish, completely cover the outlet and shake the water. You can even fish with your bare hands with such a trap. If you found this video useful, let us know by hitting the like button. If it gets 50,000 likes, we'll share some more videos with survival tips everyone should know.